Let's pretty up our application. So right now all we have is just a hello world, or just in this case a hello here on our home page. Let's pretty this up with Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is a front-end framework. It essentially just creates all of our CSS and JavaScript for us, and we're going to be using that as our framework to showing us and displaying us to us the stories and essentially just the entire application. So let's go into our text editor, close out of these files, go into our gem file, and at the bottom here add gem bootstrap sass, and this is going to be right around 3.3.5. And with this tilde here with the greater than sign is essentially saying that only keep this gem up to date right around 3.3.5. So essentially if there is a new version that comes out that's a 0.6 or 0.9 or maybe even a 4.0, it'll keep it around that same version so that if Bootstrap Sass 4 comes out, it's not going to upgrade us to 4 and it's not going to break anything here. So that's what that weird looking arrow is saying, is keep this right around 3.3.5. Now we want to add Boots Watch Rails, and what Boots Watch is it essentially builds on top of Bootstrap and gives us a few different themes for Bootstrap. So Bootstrap comes basically with some default coloring. Boots Watch has plenty of different other color themes that we can use and that we can utilize just out of the box. And you'll see what I mean by that in a little bit here. And so if you go into our terminal, cancel our Rails server, or stop our Rails server, do a bundle to bundle up all of the gems that we've just added, so Bootstrap and Boots Watch. Go back into starting our server, and then let's just take a look and see what that did. So if we do a refresh here, it didn't do anything yet. You know why? We forgot a few extra steps. Open up your application.js, and in here you'll want to require Bootstrap sprockets. And in our application CSS here, you'll find it under assets. So let's close. Let me just minimize those other folders. If you go into assets and style sheets, you'll see that this is where our application CSS is. We need to rename this to css.scss. And scss is just essentially Sass, which is, if you do a Google search on Sass, it's just a CSS, but it allows you to nest your CSS classes, all of your styling. So we'll rename that to SCSS, and here we'll want to do add import Bootstrap sprockets and add import. And first, actually, let's import Bootstrap. And we'll want to import Boots Watch slate variables. And so the theme that we'll be using for Bootstrap is, or for Boots Watch here, is their slate theme. And this gives it a darker colored theme to it. And we need to import Boots Watch slate Boots Watch. So not only do we have to not slate, just slate. Not only do we have to import the variables, we also have to import the actual theme itself. So good. Let's go into our application, our browser, do a refresh, and I'm hoping this changes here. Fantastic, it changes for us. So this here, it's applying the Bootstrap front-end framework for us. Now, if we go into our index HTML ERB, it still just says hello. I've created a template for you called index HTML ERB. So I'm providing this. I've provided this along with the lesson, and all you have to do is take this and open it up into Sublime. And this is all just markup, so HTML markup. I'm going to save you from typing this all out manually and having you watch me type it all out. So I provided the template file here for you. So just do a control copy all of this, go into your index HTML ERB file here and paste it. So save it and then go into your browser and do a refresh. And this is what it looks like right now. And this actually isn't what I was expecting it to look like. And I bet you it's because I don't have this in the correct order. I'm going to put this underneath sprockets. Boots watch. Under Bootstrap. Save. Go into browser. And do a refresh. There you go. So the way it loads up all of these CSS files, it does matter, and it does affect the way your CSS loads up. And here, this is what it's going to look like, or this is what it will look like. Right now, this is all just static. It's not real data. It's just here as placeholder text for us to use, and for us to add some dynamicism to it as we move forward. But essentially, we have the Scare Me title here. We have our top stories, random stories. You can search whatever stories you'd like. We have our sign in and sign up pages here, or sign in and sign up links here. We'll have our few different categories. And the left hand column here, this is where the stories will show up. And then you can upvote it, downvote it, add a comment if you'd like, and then it'll show us who it's created by. So this is what our application is going to look like.